What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. Scotty Fit has done it again. I have some great news for you. Matter of fact, I have some magnificent news for you. Matter of fact, I got some stupendous news for you. The Carolina Panthers. I can't do it. Throw up this tweet here from Ian Rappaport. He says, source. And he got some sources. The hashtag Panthers. And they got some dogs. Traded for Stephon Gilmore. Now, I won't lie to you. What was it, a week and a half ago, when Scott Fitterer, Scotty Fit, Fitty, whatever you want to call him, the Carolina Panthers general manager, came through and acquired, by absolutely finessing the hell out of the Jacksonville Jaguars, a former top 10 overall pick, cornerback C.J. Henderson. Gave up a third, got a fifth right back. I said, okay, this man done changed the game. He is doing things that I did not think possible. But this move right here, picking up Stephon Gilmore. Show this tweet right here. I ain't gonna read it. I'm gonna tell you what it says though. Picking up Stephon Gilmore for a 6th round pick. Not in this next year's draft, in 2023's NFL draft. He's solidified himself as the greatest Carolina Panthers GM of all time. I mean, he may just go ahead and win GM of the year. We're only 4 weeks in. We are only 4.5 weeks into the NFL season, and I already believe that this man, Scotty Fit, has already locked up the prize, locked up the award for General Manager of the calendar year. How does he keep getting away with this? We know, and we already heard all the news, all the rumors about the Patriots were about to basically just cut. They're going to cold cut Stephon Gilmore. There was talk about, he only had $7 million left on his base salary for the year, which was like tied for 15th most among corners. He thought he deserved more. The Patriots had $35,000 in cap room. They needed more. Their defense already looked good, and they weren't really finding a lot of trade partners for Stephon Gilmore. And I mean, it was a little bit rough, right? But the deadline for the release to go public or to go official was 4 p.m. today. So what the Patriots did was they went ahead and they said that they already released him, knowing that the deadline was 4 p.m. just to drum up a little bit more interest. And this is what Bill Belichick be doing. He be doing things the dirt way, the sly way, the kind of semi-legal way. You feel me? And it worked because there's a lot of teams that really could have used a cornerback. You saw how the Bucs picked up Sherm. The Bucs picked up Sherm. They're one of the worst defenses, at least in terms of pass defenses, in the league. But Scotty Fit swooped in and said, hold up. Look, I know I just got C.J. Henderson. And I know Jaycee Horn might be back at the back end this year. Who knows? He might be back when we're going on our little Super Bowl run. But I'm going to make sure that we have all of the talent we need. Now, keep in mind, hold up. Let's just stick with me here. Dante Jackson, Jaycee Horn, AJ Bouye. We now have Stephon Gilmore. We now have, a guy named Jeremy Chinn. A lot of y'all who aren't Panthers fans may not know who Jeremy Chinn is. He's the guy who should have won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year over that bum who plays for a team without a name, whose head coach is the guy we fired a couple years ago. That's the kind of time I'm on, okay? You gotta understand that from my perspective, right? So, we have a secondary full of dogs. Now, the Cowboys did run the ball on us, but overall, our defense has been great. We are looking really good in pressure and sacks. The secondary is looking really good too. Jaycee Horn, obviously a big factor for our defense, but we got a little something cooking up here. I did not expect for us to be able to, 1, pick up Stephon Gilmore, and 2, get him for such a cheap price. Now, the question is, why was Stephon Gilmore at such a cheap price? Well, that's one of the reasons why the Patriots had a rough time keeping him, because that boy be getting injured, okay? Stephon Gilmore will get hurt, and it's not really hard to find his injury history. It's a long list. It's a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm going to go all the way back so we can get some perspective on the situation here. In August of 2013, he fractured his wrist in a preseason game, missed the first 5 games of that season. And then in February of 2014, he had a hip surgery. So he didn't miss training camp, but he did end up hurting his groin. So he missed the first game of the season. And I wonder if that hip was making him overcompensate and his groin paid the price for it, that exterior-interior kind of thing. I'm not a doctor, but I could see that being the case. Then in December of 2014, he had a concussion and he missed the last game of the year. And then December 6th of the following year in 2015, he got a torn labrum, had to get surgery, missed the last 4 games with that. And then in December 24th, 2016, on Christmas Eve, the man gets another concussion and misses week 17 of the year. The last game of the year, once again, with a concussion. Then October 5th, 2017, he suffers another concussion and misses 3 games. So right then and there, you see 3 straight years of concussions. That can make anyone feel a little bit weird. But that was back from, 2014 through 17. Or was it 15, 16, 17 of concussions? Still a little scary, but the best was still yet to come. We all know 2019, the man won Defensive Player of the Year, 6 interceptions, was going absolutely crazy. I think he also had 2 forced fumbles that year. But still, the man was going crazy. But in 2020 was when things started to heat up again. He was straight from 2018 to 2019. 2020 at the back end, late in October, he tweaked his knee during practice and he missed 3 games. And then like 5 weeks later, he had a quad injury and he missed the rest of the season. I think that was in the Dolphins game. And he's been on the physically unable to perform list or the play list, the PUP list, ever since then. Has not played a game yet in 2021. And keep in mind, we are already 4 weeks deep into the season, halfway into reaching our 5th week in our game against the Eagles. So 1, he hasn't played all this year. 2, he probably is not in football shape. Now, Sherm is a different story. He has some other things going on with him. Sherm also looked kind of gassed in that game versus the Patriots, but he held his own for the most part. I don't know just how in shape Stephon Gilmore is right now. If you're on the PUP list, I have to look at the rules again, but I don't know if you're actually allowed to practice or even be in the workout room. Right? So I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with that. And I think we may not be done, maybe not today, but I mean, before the deadline, because this move right here signals to me that there were promises made in the front office, up top, where Dave sits, Scotty Fitt. I'm sure Matt Rule and Joe Brady got something going on there as well. Can't leave out Phil Snow. He's the DC. But I think that what's going on here is the team recognizes that with the draft picks we have right now, it would be very, very hard to rebuild our O-line next year. And right now, the O-line isn't playing great, but they're playing better than I thought they would, okay? They're playing better than I thought they would. I thought they were going to be horrible. They're just playing pretty bad. And pretty bad is, like I said, impressive to me, okay? For what I thought was going to be, it's impressive to me. We fix this defense up a little bit more. You go all in on this year, and you see you're tied for first in the NFC South. The NFC looks strong on the west side. There's the NFC East, which is garbage. We have a fairly easy schedule. Our schedule is not that hard, right? It is not that hard at all. There's a fairly strong chance that we not only go to the playoffs, we could probably win this division. The Bucs' schedule is a little bit harder than ours. We could win this division and not have to play a wild card game. There's a good shot we could potentially win one playoff game, and sometimes winning that one playoff game can get you in the right mindset, can get you in the right mode to actually make a run. I think there were conversations made upstairs that convinced more than a couple people in this in this franchise that there is a strong chance to actually make a run and potentially win this division. And we got some of these dollars. We have the players on the team who can make moves as time goes on. This defense is only going to get better. I believe in Sam Darnold. We have some crazy weapons. I think C-Mac, the news came down. He's back at practice now, as in today of this upload. So C-Mac could be back. He could be back. I don't know if he's going to be back this week, but he could be. He could be. I would not doubt that there are rumblings inside the franchise, in them offices. They believe this could be potentially a ring run. And who am I to doubt that? You bring in a guy like Stephon Gilmore, who has pedigree, who has shown he can perform at the highest level. Only 31. 31 sounds old to some people, but you can still be in your prime. You can still be a very, very impactful player at 31. At 31, you can still be an impactful player. And we have a lot of guys on the squad right now who are ready to prove that they are taking that next step. C.J. Henderson, Dante, gave you lists already. I mean, we got Bouye, we got dogs all across the secondary, and the front seven disgusting. You already know. If you know about football, you know about the Panthers front seven. We got a game against the Eagles. That one won't be too hard. We can get some confidence back. I don't know if we're going to see Stephon play this very first week, but for a guy who was born and raised, who's at least raised in Rock Hill, played at South Carolina, this is a homecoming, baby. This is a homecoming for Stephon Gilmore. He might be more motivated, and hey, this is just the right mix of circumstances to really push this team over the top, give us confidence, and maybe go on a little ring run. Now, when there's more details about what we're going to be doing moving forward, I'm going to give them to you, but for right now, if you're a Panthers fan, you should be real excited. And even if you aren't a Panthers fan, if you're someone who hates Tom Brady, this should make you smile from ear to ear. Luckily for me, I'm both. Anyway, man, that's all I got time for. Let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.